All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at it again. We are at it again. We are at it again, giving you a nice dose of the analysis, the setups, what's happening today. Welcome to the trading room. This is the 3 p.m. one, of course. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got 11 people watching us live right now. Thank you so much. I think you are getting used to the new schedule, all right, of the 4 trading rooms a day, right? Starting in the morning at 9:30, 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and the last one at 6 p.m. All right. Good afternoon, Tanya, Jason, Shirley. Yo, what did I say? Jason, Shirley, Boosie. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Welcome back, guys. Definitely. We're hoping that you guys are getting value. Of course, we are discussing the setups, the thought process around the setup, but we'll talk a little bit more about that, right? Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget to like the video, of course. For any assistance, please do contact us on the contact details on the chat. And also, hey, look, if you guys want to sign up for an exchange, not an exchange, but to sign up for an account on our exchange, which is the TD Markets Exchange. All right. Our website is on the chat. That is tdmarkets.io. This is how the website looks like. A simple process, sign in to trade derivatives in our exchange, right? We'll be doing some crypto analysis, just going back and forth. All right. Going back and forth while we're also looking at the currencies. That's how we do it. All right. So that is the TD Markets or tdmarkets.io. Right. If you want to open up a trading account, our website there is tdmarkets.com. So you can trade currencies, commodities, CFDs. There we go. Still learning more. Great stuff. Good afternoon. Right. Great stuff. So guys, let's jump straight into it. All right. Of course, this is the third one for the day. We've gone through setups. The markets are moving, but we're waiting for our setups. All right. You remember I emphasized on having a good trading plan. So maybe in the session, maybe let me just double click on the trading plan. I've been talking about it. Maybe let me double click on the trading plan. Make sure that you've got your notepads ready to take notes. Just gonna give you or highlight a few things to add in your trading plan so you can start building, right? A trading plan is something that you build. It's not something that you get today or you formulate today and then that's it. No, you still have to build it. All right. So I'm just gonna give you guys a few pointers on what to include in your trading plan just to put you in a good position to build your trading plan. All right, there we go. I think let's get right into it. Of course, in a couple of minutes, we have the CAD interest rates, decision. All right. In a couple of minutes, we've got the CAD interest rates decision. So let's see what we can get from that one. So First, let me just do this, right? There we go. So 3:45, the Bank of Canada rate statement is coming out. They are not expecting any changes. All right. So the reaction might be muted. It might be muted, but we'll see. All right. So 3:45, we will be looking at the charts, seeing how we can potentially take advantage of that. And yeah, at 4 p.m., guys, right? Kevin Wash continues with his testimony. So that is happening at 4 p.m. You can catch that live on YouTube. It will stream live. And I think that's going to be it for the week. All right. Obviously, at 4:45, the press conference. But what markets are watching so far is the Bank of Canada interest rates. The PPI came out. Look what price did. So gold pushed up, silver pushed up. The PPI came out. Produces price index. Look at what it did. So gold pushed up at the back of the of the PPI data. PPI is another inflation data. All right. Yesterday we had the CPI. We've got the CPI. We've got the PCE, right? Personal consumption expenditure. We've got the core. We've got the PPI as well. So this is what gold and silver did on the PPI. All right. So now the question is, does this change the structure? Well, not yet. Not yet. It doesn't change the structure. This is just the effects of the PPI. All right. So I don't think it's changing the structure unless it breaks out. So yeah. So let's continue to monitor this. Unless it breaks towards the upside, giving us a new bullish structure, that's when. But once the structure changes, we will be able to see. All right. So at this point, it doesn't really change the structure. And then your other dollar pairs, nothing has moved. You know, Euro USD, nothing has moved. Nothing has changed. GBP USD, nothing has changed. So we're still waiting on those ones, right? What I want us to do, guys, in this session, I want us to have a look at the CAD. So I'm going to open up while we're preparing for the CAD interest rates. I want us to open, let's include USD CAD is fine. So we've got USD CAD. We've got, I think we should include CAD JPY. Let me see what else. So we've got USD CAD, CAD JPY. We'll see. Okay, for now, we're going to have these two. What I want to see is, I'm going to put this next to one another, these charts next to one another, and then we are going to wait for the report to come out. I mean, interest rates to come out. All right. We're going to wait for interest rates to come out. We're going to have a look at the lower time frames, exactly what we do with our CPI NFP session. All right. We're going to have a look at these, and then we'll see what's going to happen. All right. I just have to do just analysis. I just have to do just analysis and see what we can do. But I'll do analysis is fine. So we're going to have it as such, right? Preparing for the Bank of Canada interest rates announcement. So just to quickly, before I touch on the trading plan, our setups are still the same, right? Yesterday, I remember Peter asked about Euro odd. Euro odd is still going down. So there was a nice break. We spoke about Euro odd going down. So Peter, I think Peter, if you're in the session, you can just let us know there. But we spoke about this going down. CAD JPY, we're still waiting for that continuation on CAD JPY, right? It's starting to show some correction. I think this one will be ready from tomorrow. It's starting to show some correction, right? Together with NZD JPY, AUD JPY, Euro JPY, those ones are good. Yeah, the setups we spoke about, we're still waiting for them. Still waiting for them, right? Euro pound almost there. Let's have a look at where Nasdaq is. Okay, Nasdaq not yet. Yeah, Nasdaq not yet. All right. Yeah, so we will see. We'll keep an eye. We'll see. All right. So with regards to the Bank of Canada interest rates, Bank of Canada interest rate. So just out of interest sake, guys, right? And I don't want you guys to Google this. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I don't want you guys to Google this. If you don't know it, it's fine, right? It's just it's not that serious, right? I don't want you guys to, please don't Google this. Please don't whatever. Don't Google this, right? Do you guys know the nickname, right? Because the USD nickname is greenback, right? USD, so these currencies have nicknames. So USD is greenback. The pound is cable. GBP is cable. Do you guys know what CAD, the nickname of CAD is, or CAD's nickname? Without Googling this, I can see you guys, right? I've got a camera, I can see you guys, each one of you guys. Don't Google this. CAD's nickname. Do you guys know what it is? Let's see. Please don't Google this. Please don't Google this. Yeah, it's fair. Okay, very fair. So these currencies have nicknames, right? No idea. Yeah, please don't Google this, guys. Jules, nope. Jason, no idea. Don't Google this. CAD's nickname, the camera. CAD's nickname is the camera. Hey, now, have no idea. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Aha, there we go. Yeah, you've got it. There's the answer. So, the nickname of the CAD is Looney. The nickname of the CAD is Looney. It's Looney. That's what it's called, Looney. Just hold on for 1 minute, guys, right? Just hold on for 1 minute. I'll be back. Just 1 minute, I'll be back. Just hold on quickly. 1 minute, I'll be back. All right. All right. We are back. Thank you for your patience. I wonder why they call it Looney though, because my understanding of the word is when you're describing someone on the screen. Hey man, maybe the cat is crazy. We don't know. Maybe the cat is crazy. You never know. But I'm also not sure why they call it the Looney. I'm also not sure. Anyway, as I was saying, so let's just quickly have a look at the CAD interest rates. All right, let's just quickly have a look at that. So the Bank of Canada is going to announce the interest rates later this afternoon at 3:45. All right, and according to market forecast and expectation, the expectation is that they're going to hold the rate at 2.25%. All right. They're going to hold it at 2.25%. And then obviously there is the governor is going to have a press conference later on. Right? So a couple of update here for you guys. All right. So, recent data with the CAD, right? The CAD recent data shows a mixed but stable picture for the CAD, which has eased the Bank of Canada's earlier dilemma. All right, you've got inflation headline CPI rose to 3.2% in May, driven just like the US CPI, driven almost entirely by the energy prices tied to the Middle East. All right. And then you've got obviously your core measures, right, which remain consistent with the 2% target. Your Q1 GDP was soft. The labor market, June added around, I think it was 18,000 new jobs for June. All right. So unemployment eased to 6.5%. And then, so the labor market, well, it's moderate. It's moderate, if we may put it like that. So the market has stabilized after that. All right. So the upcoming interest rates, obviously we factor in all of those things. The upcoming interest rates, let me just make sure that. All right, there we go. I think we sorted. All right. I thought my mic was off. So how will this affect the CAD? All right. Obviously, markets are anticipating a neutral policy which supports a range-bound CAD in the near term. So hence I said we may not have that much of a reaction when the announcement is made. We may not have much of a reaction because they're not anticipating any changes with the interest rates. All right. So a hold removes immediate downside risk for the CAD. All right. But also offers limited upside as well. So really muted reaction. So the CAD drivers, remember, CAD is a commodity currency, guys, right? Commodity currency. What is a commodity currency? It's a currency that has, for lack of a better word, a relationship with a commodity. It's a currency that has a relationship with a commodity, right? So CAD is a well-known, I think all traders know the correlation between CAD and oil, right? So CAD is a commodity currency. So it will benefit from obviously a higher oil prices. So the oil market has been pushing up. So that's good for a bullish CAD, right? You're looking at CAD JPY, that's good for that. So it's a commodity currency. So it's driven by that. Right now, primarily is driven by that, apart from interest rate differentials between the US and Canada, right? What you call rate differentials. Apart from that, it is really driven by your oil because it's a commodity currency. All right. So overall, we will see, but we'll see. We're gonna have a look at the charts when it comes out. But overall, it doesn't look like we're gonna get that much of a reaction. We will be looking at the USD CAD. At the USD CAD, we will be looking at the CAD JPY. You will notice on the USD CAD, we've got the CAD as the code currency. On the CAD JPY, we have it as the base currency. And then you've got your JPY, you've got your US dollar there. I think as far as correlation is concerned, this makes sense. I don't want to add more CAD, what's this, currency pairs. All right. I think what we have right now is enough. So when the news comes, if there's no reaction, then it's okay. Then we're gonna stick with the direction we got on CAD JPY, all right, and the other CAD pairs. So we just have to wait and see, right? 2.25% is what the markets are forecasting will happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. The current price action, I'm on the 1 hour time frame right now. The current price action, especially on CAD JPY, it's a bit of a mess, right? At least on USD CAD is not a mess. So we'll see what USD CAD will give us. We'll see what USD CAD will give us. All right. We've got a few options here we can have a look at. Let me just do this. Okay. All right. Yeah, nothing much to do on this one, except I think the price action is clear. price action is clear. Any upside, any downside, we'll be able to see it. All right. So any upside, any downside, we'll be able to see it. So for now, we don't have much on these ones here. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to pause here for now with these ones and then we'll come back. So commodity currency, we spoke about earlier on. We spoke about the oil market. We had a look at the oil market, the fundamentals, and it seems like UK oil is going to push up to $91 per barrel. No, US oil $88 per barrel. Right, we're looking at that $88 per barrel. So yeah, keeping a very close eye on that $88 per barrel. If of course nothing changes with the Middle East, right? If they continue to go back and forth and all of that, we are likely gonna see US oil heading back to $88 per barrel. There, all right, and then we've got UK oil as well. All right, so if this goes, if it continues to go up, then that is good for the CAD because it's a commodity price, commodity currency. The CAD also benefits from higher oil prices, right? And then it suffers from lower oil prices. So it's good. It doesn't mean that this happens all the time. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes the correlation might be a bit delayed. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna have a look at that. I just wanna check. Go to the exchange here quickly. Go to the exchange here quickly to see. I see Bitcoin went up. I'm going to start with Ethereum just to let me see what Ethereum is doing. Okay, so these ones push towards the upside. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. All right. Okay, so yesterday we looked at Bitcoin coming back down to this low, and then from that low, then we had this possibility, this possibility to the upside or this possibility to the downside from this low. So there was a possibility it's going to come back down here and then give us this. But looking at it right now, it has gone up, right? So where is this going? We have this level here. Let me go back to the daily. Let me see if we can apply the daily time frame here. So looks like it's really gonna there we go. Yeah, I was about to say, right, it's gonna go up and break this. So we have a nice break of this structure. So now we're looking likely to go back to that high there. We're looking likely to go back to that high. So I'm gonna switch back to the lower time frame. So this would be the direction, that we would take towards the upside. So let me do this. There we go. All right. So yeah, so from here on, a continuation towards the upside, right? The structure is now bullish. This is the structure here, right? As you guys can see, it's now bullish. I'm not gonna draw too many lines on this one. So from here on, we are set to go back to that high there, right? So we are set to go back to that high. We are set to go back to that high. Yeah, so Bitcoin is bullish for the remainder of this week. It looks bullish for the remainder of this week. If you look at Ethereum also should be doing the same. So it never continued towards the downside, right? I thought it was gonna come back down to this low, never continued to go down. So yeah, so let me do this. Let's have a look at the daily. Okay, there we go. So this one is going to 61.8 of the Fibonacci. To the 61.8 of the Fibonacci. Yeah, the host will let you in. The host will let you in. Right? The host should let you in there. the host will let you in. All right. Yeah. So Ethereum is going to the 61.8 of this Fib drawn like this. Let me just, these are just weird colors here. Let's just have one solid color. One solid color. Let me just do this. Yeah, this one looks set to be going to 61.8. So right now it is obviously correcting the bigger sell off, the bigger move towards the downside. All right, so what I'm gonna do is this. Yeah, we're gonna keep it like this. So you've got this 61.8 level here. Maybe let me also put it on the right. You've got this 61.8. So Ethereum looks set to be going back there because now it has broken this structure. It has broken this structure. So if a retest forms, then it's going to lead us back to that 61.8 here, right? So we would basically be looking for a retest and a continuation to that 61.8. So it seems like Ethereum is a bit bullish at the moment, right? Seems like it's bullish at the moment. So what I would be waiting for here is a test. It's a test of this. Let's see how the daily is looking. Yeah, the daily hasn't even come back for the retest. It doesn't even come back for the retest. Let's see. Yeah, this one will be a pretty simple one. If it gives us a correction, we'll see if it will potentially retest this. We'll see. If not, it will just give us a correction and continue up all the way to the 61.8 there of the Fibonacci. All right. So this is where we are now. Now looking at Bitcoin, because they follow one another, right? Bitcoin being obviously the number one, the biggest crypto, followed by Ethereum. Hence it makes sense for Bitcoin to go back to this high, right? It is breaking this structure. So there's a retest actually. There's a retest here, right? But we want to see if you're going to get like a structure retest. We want to see. But with that retest there, the idea is to have something like this. The idea is to have something like this. Let me see. Something like this. That's the idea, to have something like this. So with obviously this is the daily break, the candlestick retest. So when I see if it will give us a correction before it goes up, then we've got this situation towards the upside. All right. Yeah. So Ethereum and Bitcoin, they are looking bullish. They are looking bullish at the moment, right? We'll see if we're going to get a continuation towards the upside. Let me just check a couple of things here. Let's do this. All right. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right. Yeah. So what we're waiting for now is to see the CAD interest rates. The CAD interest rates. Right. Our setups are still there. Right. Just look for your setups. GBP CAD. Yeah, this one definitely we just need to wait for the CAD interest rates. let's see, we spoke about USD CAD. Okay, so still there's nothing on USD CAD. All right. Yeah, so overall we're just waiting for these setups, guys, right? But I think the focus for this session is the CAD interest rates. So let's see what is going to happen, right? So while we're waiting for that, right, I promised you guys a quick glimpse into a trading plan, right? So with regards to a trading plan, it's very important that you have a trading plan as a trader, because a trading plan gives you that systematic approach. It structures things for you, right? It structures things for you. It gives you that systematic approach so that you know how to go about doing things. Imagine, think of it this way. A business needs a business plan to properly run. I don't think there's a successful business without a business plan. So a business plan is kind of like a trading plan, because what the trading plan outlines is your setups, potentially how your entries develop. It can go as far as also outlining your risk management, your risk appetite over some time, when to scale up, those things, right? Those things. It basically outlines those things. So what I want to do is I just want to show you just a simple the framework of a trading plan. All right, let me just do this. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, it will be sorted. It will be sorted. I can't go into. Okay, it will be sorted just now. It will be sorted. No problem. All right. Anyway, yeah. So then let's deal with the trading plan. All right. So obviously, a trading plan needs a full session, but just to give it just a few points here and there with the trading plan, right? The first thing you want to do, guys, is to work out, is to determine the goal that you want to reach. So with whatever account you have, just to determine the goal you want to reach. All right, that's the first thing. So but also have realistic goals as well. Don't have unrealistic goals. Have realistic goals. If you know you've got $100 account, have realistic goals, right? Have your targets in between, all right? Like maybe from 100 to 200, 200 to 250, 250 to 350. Just have those targets, right? That's how you grow. Don't just aim for boom, an unrealistic amount. So determine those, right? And also you need to also determine over how long. Let the goal be clear over how long. So if you wanna take your, for instance, 100 to, let's say 200, if you wanna double it, right? I know that the experience is different here. So if you wanna take it to 200, have a clear time frame of when you wanna reach it, right? You wanna reach it over a week, over 2 weeks, over 3 weeks, over 4 weeks. Have a clear target, right? So that will be a goal. So for now, we're working with maybe achieving 100% from 100 to 200, all right? And let's say maybe from maybe, let's just give it a month. Let's say in a month. I know you can do that, but let's just give it a month. So you're going to have that, right? And then now there's going to be headings. Like you're going to have your risk management as a heading. You're going to have your setups as a heading, right? A couple of headings, but I just want to focus on the setups heading. So the trading plan will not really work if you don't know your setups. It won't really work, because think of it like a business plan. It won't really work without your setups. So your setups need to be clear. Now with that, that's where screenshots come in. So how do you go about taking screenshots? Screenshots of what? Screenshots of your analysis before the trade, during the trade, and after the trade, right? You see how it is. Screenshot of your analysis before the trade, while you're waiting for the trade to form, while you're waiting for your entry to appear, during the trade, and after the trade. So it could be like three, at most 3 screenshots, if not 4. Together with trade management is going to be 4, but at most 3 screenshots. The reason for this is that while you're still developing and learning your setups, this will assist you in being able to fully understand your setups, fully know your setups. All right. So if, for instance, you get your entries using the Fibonacci, like you want to catch the continuation, so therefore you use the Fibonacci to catch the continuation, have multiple variations of the same setup. The setup would be, for instance, if obviously the trend is down, and then you want to catch the continuation of the trend, you're waiting for the retracement, and then you use the Fibonacci, you measure the Fibonacci to measure the retracement to get in on the trade. You see, it's the setup, right? It's the setup. Now try to get different variations of the setup. What do I mean by variations? Now, look at this one. Look at how this is, right? You've got a clean impulse down, a clean retracement, and a clean continuation down, right? This is one variation of the same setup. And then you're going to have a setup where it's like this, where now your retracement is a continuation pattern. You have this impulse, but now instead of having a clean retracement, you've got the correction instead, like the continuation pattern instead. That's a different variation. And also going back to this one, right? Where is it? Going back to this one, you would find that with one variation, you've got the market bouncing from 61.8, and then the second variation, you've got the market bouncing from 50. It's the same setup, but different variations. Same setup, but different variations. You see how it is? So it's important that you have that, you understand that, so that it's all part and parcel of mastering your trade, mastering your setups, basically, having different variations. So you must have a good sample of this, not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, about 20, 30, 40 samples of the same setup appearing differently with different variations, so that you have an idea of over time how your setups develop over time, right? Because I've seen a couple of people where they would have a good strategy, or I hate using the word strategy, right? I'm gonna say having some good entry confirmations, but because they have not really mastered in full their entry confirmations, and the trades sometimes take 3 days to form, sometimes takes a week to form, sometimes they can form every now and then. So you would be in a week where your trades don't form, right? Having a good entry criteria. But because you don't fully know it, and you are waiting for setups to form, for entries to form, and then they don't form, You might feel like, I've been waiting, but nothing is happening. Maybe this is not working. Let me change and have a look at something that gives me trades now and then. It's not about the quantity of trades. It's about the quality of trades. It's not about the quantity of trades. It's about the quality of trades. All right. So this is where back testing comes in. All right. So I'm gonna pause here, guys. Right. Let me pause here. It's now 3:45. 3:45. Let me just do this. Where is it now? It's now 3:45. I'm just gonna go to the calendar quickly. Yeah, just like we said, the CAD interest rates 2.25% remains unchanged. 2.25%. So the reaction is gonna be muted. I don't think there's gonna be reaction. But let's go to the charts. Let's see. Right. So we're currently on CAD, USD CAD, and CAD JPY. I'm going to switch to the M15. You see what's happening. So there isn't really reaction here because the markets had already priced in. So the reason this would happen is because the market has already priced in a no change, right? So that's why, the reaction already happened, so to say, because when pricing in happens, the reaction happens before, So, but yeah, let me just have a look at the 1 hour. Go to the 1 hour here. Wait. There we go. Okay. Nothing is happening. So with the CAD JPY, it's just stuck in the middle, spiked up, spiked down, stuck in the middle. It seems like it really wants to break this level here for some quick scalps towards the downside. Some quick scalps towards the downside, but I don't think it's gonna be worth it really. I don't think it's gonna be worth it really because from here to here, from here to here is like 8 pips. So the risk doesn't make sense on this one. USD CAD, we can see it has not broken out either above or below. It has not, right? So it's still in between these levels. There's nothing for us to do here, guys, right? There's nothing. However, the market might move during the where is it? During the press conference. The market might move during the press conference. You see how it is? We could get a push there during the press conference. So that's at 4:45. But now there's really nothing here. All right. So what does this mean? It simply means that CAD JPY, we are sticking to our analysis we did in the morning, just waiting for the correction. So the correction is forming now. We just need to wait like maybe 2 days, right? 2 days, because I'm assuming it's going to be a correction similar to this one. It's going to be similar to this one, which is going to take a couple of days before price resumes. So we'll have to wait and see. But for now, we are waiting, right? So CAD JPY, still waiting. NZD, that one doesn't change. So CAD JPY still waiting. CAD JPY still waiting. Let me just check USD. USD CAD. We haven't moved much. We'll see this one tomorrow. We'll see what's gonna happen tomorrow. It hasn't moved much. So give it one more day. Let this candle close, and then let's see tomorrow what's gonna happen. We may get a bit of a move back to the structure here, right? But we need to wait for that candle to close to see what is gonna happen next. I don't want to do too much on this one. Let's just wait for this candle to close. So nothing on the CAD, nothing on the CAD, nothing on the CAD, nothing on the CAD. Yeah, nothing on the cat, so we continue to wait. We continue to wait. All right. So anyway, so let's come back, right? So with your setups, guys, right? You need to have those screenshots with the same setup but different variations. What that will do is that it will show you overall how your setups tend to form overall, so that you are ready. All right. And then not only it will show you that, it will show you on average how long do your setups take to form on average, right? How long do your setups take to form? Because sometimes you might get just a single trade for that week. Sometimes on the next week you might get 2 trades, that other week no trades, that other week 5 trades. So you won't get the same trades each and every week. You won't get the exact same number of trades. All right. So this week might just be 1 trade and that's it. And remember, we're talking about quality. We're talking about quality trades. So it might just be 1 trade. All right. So you need to also understand that, so that when you're waiting for trades, you don't feel like you are missing out. Sometimes emotions can get the better of you and then you feel like you are missing out. All right. So once you have that clear view, you won't feel like that. Right. Now, that is the setups now. The setups. All right. Remember, the screenshot together with your analysis, however you analyze, together with your analysis, if you feel the need to make notes, make those notes, right? Make those notes somewhere. Wherever you're going to paste the screenshot on the Word document, make those notes, so that when you go back and review, the whole point of this is to go back when the markets are not moving, to go back to your trading plan and then continue to study your setups. So if you have notes together with the screenshots, it's going to be much easier to understand what happened at that point in time. And then that's how you are able to refine, modify, tweak your setups, your entries here and there. All right. That is how things are done. That's how things are done. Now, once you're done with this process, because this process, that's where back testing comes in. Once you're done with this process and have a good idea of your setups, because your setups should give you the following: your entry points and your exit points, right? Your entry points and your exit points. Each and every setup, according to its formation, has its own stop loss, its own take profit. So you never really guess where the stop loss is. You never really guess where the take profit is. Yesterday, I spoke about risk and reward ratio. Or was it today? I don't remember. But sometime this week, I spoke about risk and reward ratio. You see, with the risk and reward ratio, guys, you don't force your trade to have 1 to 3. You don't force it. The setup as it is, according to its exits, must give you the risk and reward ratio. So that's why there are some setups where if you want to take, if you want to target 1 to 3 risk and reward ratios, there are some setups where they will give you 1 to 1. And if your plan is that you must take 1 to 3, then the 1 to 1 is not within your plan. You wouldn't take it. You see how it is. So it's not about forcing the entry, forcing the exits. They are all part and parcel of the setup. Right? So for you to know where these things are, you need to understand your setups. Right? You need to understand your setups. So once you're done with that process, right, like I said, give it a good sample of between 30 to 50, right? 30 to 50. When the market is not moving, maybe during the weekends, go through your setups, go through those screenshots to remind yourself. The more you see something, the more familiar it gets, right? And the more you are able to identify it easily like that. So go through that, study your setups, and then, the good thing about the weekend is that the market is not moving. When you're going through your setups, you are preparing for the next week. You are improving, preparing for the next week, improving. And then in no time, you'll be able to identify those setups with ease. You'll be able to identify those setups with ease. You see how it is? So once you're done with that, then we can talk about risk management. But we can't talk about risk management if we don't know, according to the setups, where the stop loss is, where the exits are. We can't really talk about risk management, right? So then once we have those setups, once we know where our exits are on average, where our exits are, then we can then sit down and say, okay, risk management plan, let's see, right? On average, these setups, the majority of them, what is the risk and reward ratio? The majority of them, right, is 1 to 3 consistent with them. Okay, good. We're going to work with 1 to 3. We're going to then develop a risk management plan and system around a 1 to 3 risk and reward ratio. You see that? We're going to develop a risk management plan around a 1 to 3 risk and reward ratio. Right? With your exits, guys, right? I'm not counting the pips here. We're looking at the ratio. So your stop loss will not always have the same pips, the same distance, right? But it is gonna be a 1 to 3. So you might find that one setup, your stop loss was maybe, let's say 30 pips. The one setup was maybe, let's say 40 pips, but the ratio is still 1 to 3. Hope that makes sense. All right. So yeah. So then we're gonna work on a good risk, a risk management plan according to your setups, according to your to the risk and reward ratio of your setups. And then from there, it's just about consistency now. Consistency. All right. And then while you then in that process, right, your psychology, it will get better because it needs to align with something, right? It needs to align with something basically. So it will improve your psychology as you go, right? And then just consistency. You repeat the same thing. When you open your charts every day, you repeat the same process. That's when you know you are sticking to a trading plan. You are not all over the place. You are not looking at different things at once. You are not looking at different entries at once. I made an example of silver, right? I think it was silver and gold, when I told you guys that even though according to the structure we should be going down, but I'm not gonna enter gold here. I'm not gonna sell gold here because it's already gone. So the risk and reward ratio I would get here would not be at a 1 to 3 I normally go for. You see how it is? So then it will also help excuse me, it will also help you with being able to spot entries where it is the setup, but the move is already started. The move is already gone. Like here, the move is already gone, right? So you would wait for the next good, according to a trading plan, the next good trading plan. You see how it is? So you have that. You just repeat the same thing. You are not all over the place. You repeat the same thing, the same entries. Then you are on the right track. You are on the right track. All right. So just in closing, guys, right? So think about it. You can even do research, your own research on trading plans, right? I'm sure you're gonna get different templates of a trading plan, right? So just look at that. But yeah, so we're just waiting for these setups, right? Just waiting for these setups to move. So yeah, we're standing by. We are standing by. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how things are looking. So let's see what's going to happen this evening at 8. Not at 8, but at 6 p.m. But this is how things are looking at the moment. All right. Hope you guys are still enjoying. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for liking this. Let's do it again at 6 p.m. I'll catch you guys there. All right. Have a good one. Cheers.